Hi everyone, welcome. I haven't been live for a while, so dusting off the cobwebs. How are we all today? Hopefully well. Let me know if you're watching, say hi live or on the replay. And I'm just going to share this into the group. And if you don't know about my new group, it's called Transforming Future You. And I've just started it. Brand new, very exciting, and it's all about mindset and success and strategy for business growth. So, found the link I need, sharing it over there, done. And I'll pop the link for that group in the comments after this video as well. So, if you haven't joined, please come along and join us if you're interested in growing your business, improving your mindset, and improving your life, really, making more money, all of that good stuff. And today I wanted to talk about mindset and how some people think that it's just something that you address one time and then you move on. But mindset is so much more than that because it's really about the journey rather than the destination. And I know that's a really cliche thing to kind of say, something that we say about a lot of stuff all of the time. Just checking my sound as well. I just realized, yep, all good. So yeah, mindset is about the journey, not the destination. And that is because mindset is about your daily habits and the things that you're doing regularly, the things you're really turning into those habits to help you rather than a one and done thing. It's not like you can just do a mindset course and be like, cool, my mindset's good now, all done. And then that's it for the rest of your life. It's something that needs regular attention, kind of like a diet where if you're trying to eat really healthy foods, it's something that you have to do consistently. If you're trying to drink more water, it's something that you have to do consistently. It's something you have to put into your body consistently. So, like an eating plan, the odd cheat meal isn't going to have an instant effect. So, it's easy to start having them more and more often. It's not that you have a cheat meal one time and it completely undoes everything that you've worked for and already done. But then what you might find is that you really enjoyed that cheat meal and you do it again the next day and then the next day and then you continue to do that and that becomes the habit. And what I've found is with mindset work, like journaling, for example, we might decide, okay, I'm going to journal every day. Or another example might be meditating, which is something that I really struggle to do. We might decide to do it every day. And then we find our mindset improves and we're going really well. And we're like, I'm feeling awesome. This is fantastic. I'm busy today. I'm just going to skip it today. And then we skip it that day. And then maybe the next day we're busy again and we skip it the next day. And before you know it, our good habit of keeping up the journaling or the meditation, whatever it is, has been replaced with the habit of not doing it or doing whatever we're doing instead of doing it as the more primary habit. And then we might start to wonder, why am I feeling like so negative at the moment? Why is my mindset off track? And then just look at your habits and what you've been keeping up with and ask yourself, well, have I stuck to my journaling? Have I stuck to my meditation? Have I stuck to those new habits that I wanted to put into place? Or maybe it's something like, am I listening to helpful audio, like audiobooks or podcasts every day, like I was doing? And I knew that that was helping me then, and now I'm not doing it. Could that be the thing that has thrown me off track? Point two, it's okay to have those steps backwards. It's okay to fall off the horse. It's okay to stop. But as long as you come back to it, as long as you get back on the horse, so to speak, and you don't give up and just throw it all away. So again, using the diet analogy, you don't just have a cheeseburger and go, well, I've failed now, so I'm just going to give up. I'm just never going to eat vegetables again. I'm just never going to bother with a salad again. And I stopped drinking water. I've had a Coke now, so I'll just stick to that. No, of course you don't do that. That would be ridiculous. That would be like getting a dent in your car and going home and getting a hammer and smashing up the rest of it because you got one dent. You just wouldn't do that. So when you realize, okay, I've fallen out of this habit, I'm just going to pick the habit back up. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to start doing that journaling every day again, or that meditation every day again. And on meditation, something a friend said to me that is also a coach really helped me with that. She said, just start with like 30 seconds or 10 seconds even. Don't go straight for the 15 minutes that a lot of people say to start with. If you're starting new habits, go for like little tiny wins so that you can just check off that you've done it. And then as that's becoming a habit, you can increase the time or duration, distance, whatever it is you're working on. Now, this happens a lot with people that go into coaching. They might learn something new and they're doing really well and they're like making 10 grand, 20 grand even a month or something like that. Like they're doing amazing. They've gone from tiny successes to massive success, some giant leap, and they're doing really great. And then after a while, they finish the course, they're not listening to it or watching the videos or listening to the audio anymore. Maybe they're not as present in the Facebook group that comes with it or something like that. They're not checking in with the other members, their mentors, their peers. They're just not in the room anymore. And then they find that they're slipping backwards and the success that they've made starts to come undone and disappear because they're not doing the work anymore. They've stopped doing it. And they can even get to the point that they're like, oh, well, I wasn't feeling confident doing that anymore, what I learned. So I went back to the old way that I used to do it. And then their results are back to the old way that it used to be as well, because they're not taking the actions anymore. That's why it's so important to have a solid foundation that you are cementing in and keeping up with your habits. Because then on the bad days and the down days, which are completely normal, you have something there to fall back on and you know exactly what that is, where to go to find it, and what you need to do. I think it helps too to realize or remember that everybody has mindset challenges. And I mean everybody. Like think of even like the most amazing, think of Oprah, okay? Do you think Oprah has down days? Of course she does. Do you think Oprah has things that she gets worried or scared about? Of course she does. One way to keep your mindset on track though is to keep your word to yourself. So make commitments to yourself and then keep them. For example, schedule in time that you will go live, write your content, film a post, etc. And then honor that time like an appointment as if it was as important to you as an appointment for someone else. Why not honor your commitments to yourself as much as you do for others? You wouldn't just make an appointment for someone to show up for them and then just not show and not say anything and just be like, nah, no, I'm not going to do that. You just wouldn't do that. That's like so rude and disrespectful. So why would you do that to yourself? So start making commitments to yourself and then you will give yourself confidence by showing up for yourself and doing what you said you were going to do, even if it's just for you, even if you feel like no one else is going to see it, no one else is going to know if you showed up or not. And if you think back to the example of Oprah, if she's having a bad day, down day, feeling sad, something's happened, if she's got a show booked that day, do you think she's just going to be like, well, I don't feel like it now? Of course not, because she's got a studio full of people waiting for her to show up and do what she said she was going to do. And sometimes if we're working alone in our businesses and it's just us in the business, it's really hard to keep that commitment and show up because we don't have a studio full of people. And that's where someone like an accountability partner or a coach or a mentor that can help keep you accountable and to do what you said you would can be so valuable. And if you don't have that, put it in your calendar. Put the time slot, the booking in there, and prioritize it just like you would for anyone else. Put what you're going to do and how long you're going to do it for, and then show up at that date and time and actually do it. Imagine if you did have a room full of people relying on you to show up to do what you said you would. So that's my 3 main points for keeping your mindset on track and why that's so important. So it's not a one and done thing. It's okay to take steps backwards. Everybody has mindset challenges, and I do mean everybody, and make and then keep the commitments to yourself, just like you would for others. That's all I have for you today. Thank you for tuning in. I will put the link to the group in the chat. It's called Transforming Future You, and hopefully I can't wait to see you in there. Have a great day and a great week ahead. Bye.